Hello and welcome back to my blog. I needed a little humor today. It's been one of those days, so I'm going to read about The Romance of Digestion by Robert Benchley. I'm going to try to get this picture included, but I don't know that I can. The Romance of Digestion. When you take a bite of that delicious cookie, or swallow a morsel of that nourishing bread, do you stop to think of the marvelous and intricate process by means of which Mother Nature is going to convert it into bone and sinew and roses for those pretty cheeks? Probably not, and it is just as well. For if you did stop to think of it at that time, you would unquestionably not be able to digest that cookie or that nourishing bread. But whether you think of it or not, this exciting process of digestion is going on day in and day out, sometimes pretty badly, but always with a great show of efficiency. It is, on the whole, probably one of the worst done jobs in the world. First, you must know that those hard, white edges of bone, which you must have noticed hundreds of times along the front of your mouth, are teeth, and are put there for a very definite purpose. They are the ivory gates to the body. They are nature's tiny sentinels, and if you have ever bitten yourself, you will know how sharp they can be, and what efficient little watchmen they are. Just you try to slip your finger into your mouth without your teeth's permission and see how far you get. Or try to get it out once they have captured it. Now these thousands of brave little soldiers, the teeth, which we have in our mouths, take the food as it comes through the air, in case you are snapping at a butterfly, or from the fork, and separate it into its component parts: air, land, and water. In this process, the teeth are aided by the tongue, which is that awful looking thing right back of your teeth. Don't look at it. The tongue, which we may call the escalator of the mouth, or nature's nobleman for short, and the teeth toss the food back and forth between them until there is nothing left of it except the little bones which you have to take out between your thumb and forefinger and lay on your butter plate. In doing this, be careful that the bone is really on the butter plate and that it does not stick to your finger so that you put it back into your mouth again on the next trip. For this would make the little white sentries very angry, and they might all drop out. And now comes the really wonderful part of the romance, which is being enacted right there under your very eyes. A chemical reaction on the tongue presses the little button which telegraphs down, 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 way down to the cross old stomach and says, "Please, sir, do you want this food, or don't you?" And the stomach, whom we shall call Prince Charming from now on, telegraphs, or more likely writes, back, "Yes, dear," or "You can do what you like with it for all of me," just as he happens to feel at the time. And then such a hurry and bustle as goes on in the mouth. "Foodie's going to visit stomach," all the little teeth cry, and rush about for all the world as if they were going themselves. "All aboard," calls out the tongue, and there is a great ringing of bells and blowing of whistles and bumping of porters, and in the midst of it all, the remnants of that delicious cookie, seated nervously on the tongue, ready to be taken down on its first journey alone, down to see Prince Charming. For all the joyousness of the occasion, it is a little sad, too, for that bit of cookie is going to get some terribly tough treatment before it is through. The food is then placed on a conveyor, by means of which it is taken to the drying room, situated on the third floor, where it is taken apart and washed and dried, preparatory to going through the pressing machines. These pressing machines are operated by one man who stands by the conveyor as it brings the food along and tosses it into the vats. Here all rocks and moss are drawn off by mechanical pickers and the food subjected to treatment in a solution of sulfite, a secret process which is jealously guarded. From here, the food is taken to the playroom, where it plays around a while with the other children until it is time for it to be folded by the girls in the bindery, packed into neat stacks, and wrapped for shipment in bundles of 50. Some of these bundles, the proteins, are shipped to the bones of the body. Others, the hydrates, go to making muscle, while a third class, the sophomores, contribute to making fatty tissue which nobody wants. That is, not if he has any pride at all about his appearance. The byproducts are made into milk bottle caps, emery wheels, and insurance calendars, and are sold at cost. Thus we see how wonderfully nature takes care of us and our little troubles, aided only by soda mint and bicarbonate. And that is the wisdom of Robert Benchley on the romance of digestion. Make it a great day, and bye for now.